Hey gamers, Gecko here. I'm sorry if I look a little bit stressed down. I guess I was getting ready for bed. I was ready to relax for the rest of the evening. If you don't know, seemingly out of nowhere, there was an Avatar fighting game that was announced, and recently it had an announcement that it was going to get a closed alpha. Now, I've not really been paying attention to this game. I feel like a lot of people necessarily haven't, but I've had a lot of people message me saying that I should check it out. I should talk about it. And the final nail in the coffin was when my dad, my actual father, sent me a text message with the trailer. So I decided, fuck it. I'll check it out. I'll see what the buzz is about. And oh my god! I cannot express the feelings that I felt when watching that trailer. And I ended up going down a rabbit hole that I need to drag other people down. It seems like just a Flash game, just like a tie-in game with a franchise that's not got that much pull anymore, but holy shit! So we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna yell at you about the things that I've noticed in the trailer, like an insane psychopath, and then we're gonna talk about the developer. Because trust me, this whole situation is a lot weirder than you think it is. Let's get to the trailer, shall we? I'd say I'm gonna let it run through in its entirety, but we're not on stream. So I'm going to assume that you have already watched it, and I'm going to break down everything that I see in the trailer. And there's probably a lot of stuff I missed. It's generally insane. There's seemingly a lot in this game. Well, we'll get to it. To begin with, literally immediately, the first interaction in the trailer is Aang deciding that he wants to be Faust and crawling under a mid. I can't escape this shit. No matter where I go, I'm haunted by little guys ducking under my fucking mids. Granted, Korra does, like, hop here a little bit, but still, Aang is going through an attack that looks like it's just hitting at about chest height. This generally sets the tone for the rest of the game. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm gonna let the sequence play out after this, because there's a lot. So we've already seen a lot of shit. Focusing on Aang right now, just because both characters do quite a lot of things in a very short amount of time. He goes from a crawl instantly into a jump, which he then cancels into a special move, I believe. Then high jumps, he flies. He's straight up flying here. I don't know how Korra misses. Don't ask me. Into seemingly a double jump again, into a fast fall. Sure, man. We can assume one of two things about this. It could be seen as a special move since he has the after image here, in which case you're able to cancel specials into specials, or he just uses a movement ability immediately into a TK. But then from that, he has some kind of actual flight mechanic. You can see here, I'm a little bit in the way, but you can see that the angles that he's going at actually differ. Here he goes straight down as if he's going to plummet, but then when he jumps again, he actually goes at more of a diagonal angle here, until he eventually fast falls in like 2 frames. Korra, on the other hand, just starts whiffing shit, like literally. She whiffs a medium into a back dash. This could be a V-shift kind of situation for all I know. Into a back jump, runs, does a somersault kick, pretending she's Terry Bogard, does a dash again, misses a medium, goes into a slide, and then goes into some kind of special move. And then from here, she gets anti-aired by Aang, and that's the end of the sequence. So already, we have movement abilities being able to cancel directly into either other movement abilities or special moves. We have running, we have, I think that was a step dash, honestly. We have flight, we have fast fall, we have the biggest anti-air known to mankind. And no one even got a proper hit there. There was no actual combo. The game's basically looking at us and saying, hey, we have dumbass bullshit movement. Have fun! And that's not even the craziest bit. You can see here, Aang does his little go onto the ball thing, and he smacks himself against the wall. What an idiot. What a fucking bozo. There's a nice little Zuko sequence here. He does like a little double jump into like a dive kick. This seems like he's just doing normals into maybe a special move. Nothing too crazy. Aside from the crazy movement we have here, we actually see a defensive mechanic immediately. Seemingly Korra does the back sway thing again and causes everything to stop for a second. And she's able to do it again. And she then just slides under Aang's shit like it doesn't matter. I don't know if this is a parry type system or if it's a V-shift type system. There's a lot of things going on around it that make me think you would be able to punish the person after it. But then again, in the trailer, Aang literally isn't even fazed by it. He hits a move and then immediately cancels into flight to then go for another aerial to then land short hop, might I add, into some kind of special move, or maybe just a normal. This is also something that I am amazed. I am bewildered that no one has mentioned this yet. Anytime I hear about how anime games are dying, there's one thing I always hear from people. He forward techs. He tech rolls. He tech rolls half screen. Korra tech chases. He lands, he makes a fucking... What a face. He rolls and Korra tech chases it. She did it again! Look! Here we see more of the movement stuff. We see seemingly like a short hop from Zuko. He does like a proper KOF short hop back, as well as being able to cancel that short hop into a double jump and cancel a double jump into a dive kick. Hell yeah. Aang does like a full pressure sequence here with a lot of resets. It's scratching an itch in my brain. I'm not gonna lie to you. Aang flies forward, does a jump, let's call it heavy if he uses the staff. Fly cancels, jump 2H, lands 6H, jump, instant cancels into fly, from fly, jump, charge, H, and it crossed up. He did a re-jump, pressure reset tool using his fly movement mechanic and a charged heavy. Sure, man. He does a full sequence here. It looks really cool, honestly. Once again, we see another situation where someone goes for a high attack and Zuko's just straight, like, what's the name of the last from Tekken? Zuko is straight Zhao-Yuing it right now. Full on, like, Phoenix stance down below, ducking under mids. Whereas Korra's fucking drop kicking it, because why not? Here we can see, actually. I'm going to move myself so you get a perfect view of it. I'm going to go down into this corner with the watermelons. Zuko jumps, double jumps, triple jumps to avoid the aerial move from Korra and lands with a dive kick, then instantly jumps again and dive kicks again into a full combo. Why not, man? Why not? Literally, why not? Korra then gets the flashy combo at the end of the trailer because she's the main character, and of course she does. Here's the full super, and boom, that's it. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was originally watching the trailer, I was like, it looks fine. It looks okay. You know, it kind of looks like a Flash game. I'm not really feeling it. But then I started paying attention, and I noticed all this shit. And the only thing that was on my mind after that was, what the fuck is going on? I needed to know more. I had to know more. There's no fucking way a game has triple jump dive kick into instant reset on landing dive kick. There is no fucking way a game has a re-jump pressure sequence with semi-omni flying, or more aptly, actual flight mechanics into left-right mix-ups without having some kind of development team that knows what they're doing on it. These developers are insane. I needed to know more. So I went to the Steam page. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The Steam page did not give me a lot of answers. We learned a couple of things we already knew. It's a 1v1 fighting game. It's 2D. The sprites are seemingly hand-drawn. And when reading about the game, they say it's designed for both newcomers and veterans. It channels the energy of classic fighting games while breaking new ground in movement, style, and combat expression. Built with a focus on fluidity, responsiveness, and online integrity, the game invites players to discover what it truly means to fight with purpose. Hand-drawn in 2D, it is crafted to preserve the style and expressive animation of the original series. They then confirmed 12 characters on launch with a season pass model, support characters that will influence how your character plays. I'm pretty sure those are the giant animals and stuff in the background. You could see that there was Appa there. There was whatever Korra's animal is called. Zuko's wife was there. I remember a lot about Avatar. I really like that show. A unique flow system with movement-centric gameplay, whatever the fuck that means. Single-player campaign, combo trials, gallery mode, and best-in-class netcode with crossplay. I'll be the judge of that one, thank you very much. No release date, no time window, nothing like that, but we do know that the closed alpha is happening relatively soon. But I still had a question on my mind. I still had something that I was thinking about in the back of my head. Who the fuck are these guys? I needed to know if these developers had worked on anything else, because the things that they were putting in seemed like the kind of shit that fighting game players absolutely love, especially in the anime scene. It has teching and tech chasing, for fuck's sake. You can forward tech roll. I needed to know. I had to know. So I looked, and as you can see, the developer and publisher is Gameplay Group International. I am not one to criticize other people's naming conventions. My channel is named after two animals I like, with one of them misspelled. That sounds like a fake company name. And if you click the developer part, yeah, it looks like a fake company too. This is the only thing they've apparently ever worked on. This is the only thing they've developed. But there is more to the story. They might have only developed this game, but there's another thing here. They're also their own publisher. And clicking on this... Oh! Now, this might make a bit more sense to some of you, seeing them's fighting herds there. But it also probably just put up a giant red flag for anyone who was in the community. Them's fighting herds has had a tumultuous history. They raised a lot of money and found a publisher to help them publish the game. However, after one season of DLC, the game was entirely scrapped and was given a balance patch that basically ruined the game. Since then, the game has seemingly been on life support. All of the actual developers were fired, and the people who published the game seemingly tried to work on it themselves and push out DLC that wasn't finished yet. Didn't go well. It really, really didn't go well. So, like, this is a yikes, right? Like, this is a big red flag. The publishers of Them Fighting Herds fucked up Them's Fighting Herds. So we should be worried about Avatar, right? No! You see, Gameplay Group Interactive are the current publisher of Them's Fighting Herds. Keyword being current. You may also notice another game on there, Diesel Legacy: The Brazen Age. I've actually played this game before. I don't own it, but it is very fun. This game was developed by Maximum Entertainment. And if you're a Them's Fighting Herd fan, that might ring a more familiar bell, because Maximum Entertainment is the company that was formed after the Them's Fighting Herd debacle by the publisher. I'm very confused right now. So let me briefly give you the timeline of events on how we got to this very strange situation. Them's Fighting Herds had a Kickstarter, and they found a publisher to help them called Modus Games. Modus Games is a subsidiary of Maximum Entertainment. Modus Games fires the actual developers of Them's Fighting Herds and tries to finish the game themselves. It doesn't go well. Modus Games is then seemingly made redundant as Maximum Entertainment begins just making stuff as the parent company. Seriously, Modus Games hasn't published anything in a very long time. On Steam, the last thing that they helped publish was in 2021. This year, in 2025, the Gameplay Group is formed as a company. Employees currently unknown. The Gameplay Group then goes to Maximus Entertainment and buys the rights of Them's Fighting Herds and Diesel Legacy. They are now the publishers of these games. But on top of that, it seems like they got more out of this deal. The engine that was used to make Diesel Legacy is the thing that they are promoting alongside the Avatar game. It's literally called the Abare engine. I fucking hate fighting game players. So this company pops up, employees currently unknown, buys the rights to them fighting herds and Diesel Legacy so they can use the engine that the game was made on, gets a partnership deal with Nickelodeon, and is now making the Avatar game. That's where we're at. What the fuck? I am very confused about this whole situation, but in a very positive way. Like, okay, from what I can tell, no one really knows that much about this company. Like, I checked their Twitter, and I have one mutual follower, and it's the guy who made Tough Love Arena at toughlovearena.com. I hope you're doing well, Paul. I'm so sorry for never responding to your DM. But there's a chance that people at this company actually know what they're doing. The engine they have is very powerful. It's boasting itself as the greatest fighting game engine of all time, but the engine is already built with matchmaking and netcode inside of it. The engine's website boasts about rollback. The framework that is being made around this game is very strong, so I'm very excited. I don't know much about this game. I don't know if anyone out there knows much about this game, but I've gone from complete disinterest to genuine excitement over the course of about an hour. I hope my insane ramblings is enough for you to catch the bug. If somehow the developers of this game see this, my email's in my bio. If you want to have a chat, I will respond. I have a lot of questions, but I don't want to bother anyone because they could be very busy. If you know anything as well, please leave it in the comment section down below. If you're now excited, subscribe. We're going to be talking about this game now, I guess. I have something to latch onto. It could be Kusoge bullshit, but I'm ready for it. Thank you all for watching. Here's hoping I get into the closed alpha lab. And if I do, I'll hopefully see you there. Have a good night, gamers. Goodbye!